Hello, I'm EnterElysium and welcome to Aurora 4X, where it is incredibly in-depth, frustrating and amazing space strategy game. So today we're going to be building a refueling hub. In fact, it's going to be more than that. It's going to be a full-on fuel harvesting habitat. An orbital fuel harvester. That's what it's called. An orbital fuel harvesting base? Whatever. Anyway, so we're going to open up our lovely ship designer. One thing we should probably do actually is over in our research logistics, there is underway replenishment, which isn't a tech. Like it's not a module. You don't need to bolt it to a ship. It just means that you can transfer more fuel when moving. If you're moving, you transfer it 10% normally, I think, and you can increase that. So we'll want to get that eventually. But one of the things that we do want to get for our tankers that we're going to need for the refueling station is the refueling system. Now, you automatically have that at 50,000 liters per hour, but if we want to actually transfer more fuel, we're going to need a bigger capacity, and this is 60,000 liters per hour, which is probably the minimum we'll want for our tankers. We don't want to have that awkward situation where you're trying to refuel someone who's moving, but they're using more fuel than you can give them. I've had that. That's awkward. So, who's doing logistics? No one's doing logistics currently. Okay, let's rip off a few people from some of this research. And then Darlene Haley. Give that a go. And you'll be done September next year. Oh, well, I guess we'll build the tankers then? Either way. Let us go. New ship class. This is going to be the Thag. It's going to be the Thag refueling base, or orbital fuel base, or whatever you want to call it. Orbital miner. No. Refueling base. Resupply. Rescue. Replenishment. Salvager. Tanker. No. Might take a second to actually find this. War Cruiser Leader. War Cruiser. Ooh, interesting names. I didn't have spotted them before. Anchorage. This might take a while. Fuel Harvester Station. There we go. Done. And we're going to make it a station. So, no armor. Also, tanker. It probably is going to be counted as a tanker. Tankers give fuel, and then they have a minimum fuel threshold where they don't give fuel. So we'll mark it as a tanker. Now, first thing first, we're going to find ourselves a Sorium harvester. There we go. Now, note that when I put that on, one module produces 40,000 liters per annum, and that will take Sorium from a gas giant and turn it into fuel. It will both mine it and reprocess it at the same time. So we don't want one. I'm thinking maybe we want 200. Maybe more. That's 8 million liters of fuel per annum. We might be able to do better than that. 20 million liters of fuel per annum. That's not bad. Now, of course, that's pretty large. 1.25 million tons. Well, we'll see. Let's go and add fuel tanks to it. Get rid of that large one. Large? Ultra large. And we've added 100 of those, which might be a bit much. The fuel capacity is actually now 500 million. It'll take a while to fill it up, mate. Maybe we'll tone that down. Let's go for like 5 at a time. Okay, so 50 million fuel. It'll take 2.5 years to fill this up. That's reasonable. But we do also want to be able to refuel people. So, Refueling Hub. The Refueling Hub is a really large module that basically says, hey, I can refuel multiple people at once. So we'll stick that on. It's 100,000 tons. And now it can refuel people. Capable of refueling multiple ships simultaneously. Great. Now, the question is this A, enough fuel capacity? Because in Solar is, I'm probably going to have someone going to the hub and bringing the fuel back. But on the fringes, you know, places where it's just going to sit in orbit and then a fleet goes past it or pick up some fuel. Might need more than that. I guess at the end of the day, maybe we can make a variant that's going to be like the outpost variant or something. That is something that I think will probably decrease the amount of ultra large. Just so it's exactly 2 years. Okay. 1.4 million tons. Build points, 20,000. It's going to cost the same as... Oh god, like 30 freighters? More than that. 40 freighters. Oof. Luckily, it's not built at a shipyard. It's going to be built with industry. That helps. 20 million fuel per annum. We could tone that down. We could like 10 million fuel. But we'd probably just need to build more of them. Especially in Sol. So we're going to say this is good. Unlock the design. We will just go over here and get the commander priority and be like, yeah, your commander priority should probably be like 0. And then the minimum fuel we'll say is... Honestly, it doesn't need fuel. So minimum fuel 0. Yeah, that seems good to me. And we'll keep just the plain old name. Again, it doesn't need to be named individually. So we'll close that up. And we will consider producing, although I don't know how much industry we really have to do that with. I guess we have thinly shards that are just kind of being made and we can't do much with because we don't have people to move them around, which is kind of awkward. Let's go to our station. And we'll say rip 5% off the bottom and then build one with 5%. And that'll take 10 years to build. Yeah. Maybe we'll need to do something about that. Well, currently we're building a lot of like components for our military ships. Once they're done, we should be okay. What we could do is maybe tone down the research facilities because we're building quite a lot of those. And you know what? We don't have people to actually man the research facilities. So we're going to go down a long way there. There we go. And now you should be built by end of the decade. 3 years. Great. Well, I mean, we're going to need to have tankers for that and hopefully more tugs. Yeah. That's a bit of a problem. You know what? I've been talking about making just a gigantic tug for a while. We will get ourselves another... Where is it? Commercial shipyard complex. Just one. And we'll make it 15%. And we'll up-queue it. Over the Finley shards. Or more precisely, we need to have them below everything else. Because this is nowhere near as important as getting these military components out. Right. With that done, we do need to design a tanker, but we're waiting on the tech for that. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, so for a start, we've just done a thing with Europa. That's great. What I'm looking at here is ruins exploited. The ancient construct on Hoyle A2 has been fully surveyed. The construct will improve power and propulsion research by 80%. That's fantastic. We need to start shipping over more infrastructure. We're going to take advantage of this. Hoyle A2 is now going to be a center for researching power and propulsion. Like the next level of drive tech, we're going to do there. This is going to take advantage of this. This is way too good. Okay, first let's color the text because this is, you know, amazing. So like maybe like a gold. It doesn't stand out from the yellow we have there. Maybe like a little bit of orange into it, not much. No. 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 Sod it, that'll do. We need to deal with that. That's way too good. So let's just deal with the one other thing first, which is popping over to Europa. And temperature is looking nice. The only thing we're waiting for is the water to fall out of the atmosphere. So, you know, that's happening. How are we doing with the Jagnus? You're all kind of busy. Only you weren't busy. We need to send you over to Hoyle. Now, annoyingly, Hoyle is through the strategist jump point, which is really far out of the system. We'll make it work. How long till you're done? Half a year, 80 days. 111 days. Okay, well, when you're done, I'm going to start shipping infrastructure to Hoyle. In fact, we can maybe get the civilians to help out here. So we've got, like, how much infrastructure? 12,000. Okay, well, say, hey, civilians, do you want to move me, like, 2,000 infrastructure? And then pop over to Hoyle and be like, hey, Hoyle, do you want 2,000 infrastructure? Now, research labs take a lot of people. A lot of people. And if we bring up everyone's favorite, installations.png, research lab. You notice that they take 1 million workers each. So we probably want 10 million, maybe at least 8. No, probably 10 million people just sitting around on Hoyle to give research jobs to. And obviously, they've also got the problem that research facilities are huge. They are 50, 500,000 cargo points, 500,000 tons for a research lab. Which means it'll take, what's that? 20 freighters to move one? So that's going to be a lot of trips with freighters. But for an 8% buff to power propulsion, hell yes. I like it very much. Now, what do we do with the xenoarchaeology team? Well, I guess we pop over to Vastron? Yeah, have a look at Vastron A1. Okay, well, let's grab the honker. Load the Xenoarchaeology Company. Head over to Vastran. And then... so many wrecks. So many wrecks everywhere. Kind of wish we could go get them. And then go to Vastran A1 and then unload all. Cool. Why did it take you that long? That's because you're already this side of the strategist jump point. That is pretty quick. I guess we're just going to be waiting for a tug to be available to move our terraforming base. So while we're waiting for that, I'll go over to Europa. We'll just keep increasing the temperature to a point where, like, it's comfortable, not just like 8 degrees, it's a bit chilly. So let's go up to like 1.5 there. Still a lot of water vapor coming out there. How are we doing on Luna for water vapor? Yeah, slowly getting there. Europe has gone from barren to desert. We've done a load of production of sensors. We're now working on lasers. There's a lot of fighting going on somewhere. We'll probably want to check on our research. How are we doing? Yeah, just under a year away. There was some sort of thing I was thinking of. Oh, that was it. It was ground combat. Whoever was doing ground combat died because we didn't actually finish the geosurvey equipment that we were meant to be doing. And now I'm like, hey, we still want to do this. Well, this is a bit of a problem. Who we're going to put on this job? I guess we'll take one off of that. Take like maybe 2? No, pushes it too much. Take one off of there. We'll take a couple off of the active grav sensor. We'll take a couple off the jump drive efficiency, because we're actually not really using the new jump drive for a while, so that's fine. And we'll go... you... do the thing. There we go. Done October next year. Sure. Now, how's that industry doing with all the little components? We do need to start doing the missile launchers. And we should be doing those actually very shortly. So if we go like 5 days, I think we'll start doing the missile launchers. There we go. Missile launchers have begun. So we'll go just 30 days into the production of missile launchers. That was 18. Oh, someone's having a Barney. Was it a day and 18 hours? 6 hours. Oh, here we go. 22 days! Right. Well, with that, we're going to go to shipyards, and we'll say, hello. Would you like me to build me a Vash 2 to Battlefleet? The Vey Victus. The Dread Argent. I was Argent? I was like, no, Argent. The Stormwolf. Holy Execution. And the Angelica Mortis. Now, bear in mind, this is pretty cheap on the Coronium, thankfully. The only thing this is really going to hit is our supplies of Geranium. And we built a lot of stuff beforehand, so we should be okay. Oh, thank God. We finally have another tug. Great. The Lilstrom. Okay. What do I do with you? Like, we've got a load of habitats. Those are not priorities. Sorry, habitats. It's just, you know, you're not. What else do we have? The Thigh, that's not going to be done for a little while. Yeah. We're going to be moving our terraforming base. Now, why don't I want to take the terraforming base? I'm thinking Titan, because we do need the Corundium here. Now, the terraforming rate isn't particularly fast, but it is further away. It's at Saturn. If we move it around close to Jupiter, it'll be so much easier. We take it to Io. Pretty good. Callisto. I think we move it around in the Jovians to begin with. So let's go and find where the hell that was dumped, because it's been dumped into one of these cargo fleet. There we go. We'll attach you. We will say, oh God, I forgot. Yeah, that's just, we've got like 13 million fuel left on Earth. We need to probably do something about that. Ugh. Okay, we need to go to Titan. Not Titan, sorry. We need to go to the Greenfield. So move to location, then tractor any ship. And I'm doing both. There used to be a bug where you could just say tractor any ship and go to it, and you know it would do it. Now I'm having to say go to it, then tractor. Because in theory, by giving it the tractor order, you're also giving it the location of the ship. But there was a bug in the past, so I kind of do it as two, even though the bug probably doesn't exist anymore. Then we want to move over to, I'm going to say Io, and then release tractor ship. Probably should say move, then release, but whatever. And then come back to Earth, refuel, and then grab a... I want to wait around for the fueling base. We probably want to wait around for the fueling base instead of getting stuck moving a habitat. Yeah, because it's like 3 years to move a habitat. Well, actually, it's not 3 years. It's thinking it's 3 years to move the habitat and come back with the habitat. It's probably going to be a year and a half. Because it's going to go, oh, I've released the habitat. Oh, I can go super fast now. So, that's the thing. We will give Io orders ahead of time. So, we want you to have water vapor, add gas to atmosphere, 0.4. That way when it gets there, it will just start work immediately. And that was the other thing. We wanted to, and I'm looking for, what am I looking for? What was it? Calica. We can have a million people on Calica, so now the Sapphire Ebonies are done, please load colonists and then go to Calica. And come back. And that's a pretty quick journey for you. And that'll take the million colonists. And the Jagnath 4s are back. Earth. Load. Infrastructure. Go to Hoyle. Because we want that tech boost. Unload. All installations. And then maybe just load minerals. And then auto route back. That way we're actually bringing the minerals back that are being mined. Earth. Unload all minerals. There we go. And then refuel. And then we'll put you on cycle. That way, you're bringing us minerals and you're taking the infrastructure over. Which is basically what we want. Yeah, have a look at this. This asteroid miner with 100 asteroid mines is just like, hey, I can't shoot the stuff fast enough over to Hoyle. That stockpile's a problem. Oh well. It's doing a good job though. We're actually getting a significant amount per annum sent over. If you look at Hoyle here, that's already a good chunk of stuff in the stockpile. Like that will fill half a cargo hold, which is, you know, quite a lot for minerals. I'm feeling that we should probably just manually send over another mass driver so that we can actually transfer that stuff rather than it building up. So we're going to ask our Jagnath if it could pop to Earth, load a mass driver, and then... what are we running low on? Military academies. Oh, well, that's fine. Deep space tracking stations we could do with more of. And then I would like you to go to Hoyle. And then go to the asteroid and unload. And I guess while you're there, help with the backlog. Load minerals. Then come back to Earth. Unload all minerals and refuel. Done. Kind of two birds with one stone again. Okay. Lilstrom has completed orders. It's 2.1 million kilometers from Jupiter. That's odd. Why are you here rather than around Io? Let's look. Io, just to double check. 200 orbital terraformers. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. The Lilstrom. Maybe I should start organizing like a sector command type stuff so this doesn't get like a really long string of stuff. Might be something to do in a future episode. Go back to Earth and refuel and then just wait there until we've got that fuel base completed because we need that set up pretty soon. If we look at Earth, how much fuel do we have? 15 million? Okay. Where in the solar system do we want to go? Jupiter's a maybe. Uranus is kind of a no. Ah. That was the issue with that. Okay. Yeah. Jupiter is fine, but it's not the best. So we're actually going to need to start thinking about longer term plans of being able to process fuel. Bringing fuel back from outside the solar system. Either way, that's, you know, future plans, but for now this will do. Okay, and you're now orbiting Vastran. So we'll find out if there is anything to those destroyed ruins. Oh crap! Yeah, there's something to those destroyed ruins. Okay, let's open this log. Okay, it looks like a xenoarchaeology company that landed in Vastran to explore this destroyed outpost or city or whatever it was. Turns out it wasn't abandoned. They have been attacked, horrifically so. In fact, it looks like there's maybe 2,000 almost units there defending it. And we destroyed none of them. In fact, I don't think we hit anything. Yeah. The troopers who were assigned to guard, who I said, you know what, let's just throw some troopers in, you know, just for RP's sake. They won't actually do anything. Well, they did something. They fired. They didn't do something. They didn't kill anything or even hit. That kind of sucks. They fired at, what do they do? Resupply infantry, Praetorian combat mech, Epicurean AA mech, Centurion, construction vehicle, resupply infantry. Okay. Now, my guess is that they're heavily fortified. They have a construction vehicle. They've been on Vastran for ages, so hitting them is going to be really hard. Yeah. In return, we took 45 hits, all of which penetrated our armor, and killed 42, with 3 people remaining. Oh. Oh dear. Oh, we did hit something. One trooper hit once. Didn't penetrate the armor. Versus a Praetorian combat mech. The enemy, from all reports, seemed to be 100% mechs. And not alive. And this seems to be the Fossilites. So the Fossilites... Centurion, Decurion, Praetorian. Look at that. A one-shot, super damaging, super penetrating weapon. 6-shot, medium? AA, single, and their Centurion, which appears to be like a much more mobile one. Yeah, that's brutal. I think they just wiped us out. Yeah, that was the first round. The second round, the first round they killed like 42 or 45. Second round, we took 3 hits. All 3 went through. All 3 penetrated. Everything died. Everything died. And the Ajax command unit died. Yeah. And we lost Vastran A1. 0 wealth has been looted by the Conquering Barbarians. And, you know, someone got a medal. That's nice. But we lost everything there. The Xenoarch company is no more. Well, ouch. Okay. We're going to rename the Fossilites. No longer are you the Fossilites. You are, in fact, the Precursors. Remains of a long-dead civilization. Your mechs left behind. We haven't found any sign that you're actually people inside just suits or anything. From all intents and purposes, you appear to be combat mechs and so on. So, we're going to rename you. We're also going to rename the race. Speaking of the Grosvenor Protectorate, our diplomacy rating is 51. That's dropped down. It used to be 101. I wonder if they don't like us being nearby with the diplomatic vessel. It doesn't seem like it's doing anything. So, we might want to move that. Come back to Jazza. I guess that's about it. Right. I also guess we have to bring the Honker back. Good thing is, it wasn't shot by enemies from the ground, so they don't have any surface-to-orbit fire. That's nice. We're going to need to work on our ground forces. Admittedly, we don't need Vastran that much. It's just, you know, something that we were like, yeah, you know, this might be okay. Oh, look, a destroyed outpost. There's a chance to do xenoarchaeology. But with the loss of the entire formation, that's pretty painful. Let us build a new one. And we're going to need to start thinking about having an offensive army soon. Not just yet, we need the tech. But we need more research labs for that. Okay, let's slow down the Gauss cannon fire rate because we're not going to be using that anytime soon. Let's slow down jump drive efficiency a bit. We'll slow down the autopsy a little bit on the ghosts, and we'll dump that all into geosurvey because then we can put combat stuff behind that. Maybe get an extra person. Yeah, you. There we go. So after we've done that, we'll want to do heavy vehicles. We'll then want to do heavy vehicle armor. So add to queue, then heavy vehicle armor, add to queue, and then we'll want to do probably long range bombardment, and probably heavy anti-vehicle weaponry. Yeah, it looked like they were quite heavily armored with their mechs. So, yeah, there's a lot to be done here. And after you're done with that, drop bays. For sure. We need to be able to drop our troops onto the planet. Okay. Well, that kind of sucks. But at the end of the day, we didn't really lose anything major. We still got what we wanted out of the Xenoarchs, which was the ability to know that Hoyle is amazing. Hello, hello. We know that there's an anarchist in Lewis. A new ship class. Aha! Our number of detection arrays that we've put up all over Lewis has told us there is a ship here that we didn't know about before. Interesting. I want to follow where the ship is going. Okay. They do seem to visit the system quite often, but not all the time. Like, it seems that they pop in regularly, but not like there's a important hub here or anything. Why are they coming here? Also, why don't they talk to us? Please talk to me. Where are they going? They're going through the Lagrange point. Lost the target. They're out here somewhere. Looks like they came through from Lotto Skills. Which makes sense considering that's where a lot of the wrecks were. But if there was a fight? Why? Why, if there was a fight, is no one else here fighting them for it? Is it because they've claimed it? If so, well, where are they? Why are we only seeing like one ship at a time? Oh, the honker's saying it can't transit. Did we not hook up the other side yet? No, the Father Rex is doing that. Okay. Well, I'm sorry that honker. We're just going to have to wait. Okay, we're now working on maintenance facilities. We've finished production of the twin lasers. Retooling for the Hardy has been done. Production of the shipyard complex is in order. Okay. Well, that means we can start producing the Hardy. Perfect. Construction, Hardy, the implacable justice. Spectre of ruin. Perfect. Love it. Definitely the right choice there. The maintenance tonnage has gone up nicely. We've got 5% unused construction. I think we will probably use that to buff this commercial. Get that done quicker. And we're still at a 21 million worker shortage, which, you know, kind of sucks. How is Io doing? Water vapor still going to the atmosphere. There's so much of it. It's going to kill everyone. Yes, it's not really possible to breathe pure water vapor. It is known as a problem. Right, what else? The Sapphire Ebonies are saying they're done. Let's have a look at Elika now. Where's the 1 million people we dumped? I thought you took 1 million people to Kelika. Where are they? Okay, let's try that again. Load colonists. I did tell you to go to Kelika, right? I didn't, like, lip or anything on that one. Crossroad Protectorate, a lot of ships available in Jazza. So it's been added to the Lind Electric Boat Company. Okay, we've now got 4 7,000 tonners. That's where we're probably going to be building our next generation of survey ships, so definitely want to be on that. Now, I was going to use the better jump drives, the 6 efficiency, but honestly, we should probably just get on it and work on it with our current 5s. Your colonist capacity is 1 million. You have 1 human. Why do you have 1 human? Oh, I know. Oh, God. Load colonists. In a previous episode, I said max item 1. God damn it. And everything since has been loading a maximum of 1. There's like 1 person living alone on Calica who is such a rounding error, it doesn't matter. Okay, do the round trip. No, I think the Osmim is now saying, hey, I've been out too long. Come back to Sol. Move to Earth. And I'm not going to tell you to do anything beyond that. We're going to probably break you apart for parts. We'll cancel your standing orders. Thank you, Osmin. You've done a great service for us, but your time has come. Okay. You now have 1 million people. Please do me a favor. And unload all the colonists. This might take like a day. A little more than a day. There we go. Now let's have a look at Calica. 1 million people! Oh, also an orbital population capacity of 2 million now. Also, the orbital growth rate is nice, 10.5%. Like, check out Earth, which is saying, hey, our growth rate on the surface is 2%. Europa, 8%. Callisto, actually negative. Oh, because the population's hit the limit at which we can actually support, I believe. Yeah, it's actually over the limit we can support. Titan, yeah. So we've got a whole load of them there that are saying, hey, you know, the growth rate's pretty good. Luna and Mars are at 11% growth rate. We just need to get a few more of these, like 10% population over the 2% on Earth is very handy. Obviously, Earth's gonna need a lot more in terms of like population, but whatever. Oil, what's your population? 10%. Oh. Okay, we're also gonna need to take some mines through to Calica. So, are any of you free? No. Okay, you will be at some point soon, though. Okay, we're working on the Finley Shards again. 5% spare. Put that onto our giant fuel station. I don't need that. In fact, let's slow down the Finley Shards again. Put even more speed on that. There we go. We've done our gravitational survey in Turgal. Turgal. Ah, here. We still need to do the mineral survey. And we have ourselves a new shipyard complex, which is Day Naval Shipbuilding. I mean, okay, it's not a military one, so naval is maybe, you know, I understand, but either way, this is just going to be set to continual expansion. And we want to get 300,000 tons. That might take a while. But we want a much bigger, stronger tug. Every time I say that, it sounds wrong. Right. You're running a slipway. Why are you running a slipway and you aren't? I must have probably got the wrong ones doing slipways. I was like, oh yeah, 10,000 tons. Why are we going for 4 slipways? I thought it was meant to be 3. I probably didn't put Stellia on a slipway. Oh well. It's fine. It'll just be annoying. Okay, let's go back to Sol. Okay, Io now has enough water vapor. We can now add the oxygen. You know the drill by now. What else do we need? Geosurvey equipment is done. Thank you. Now working on our plan for basically tanks or mechs or whatever you want to call them. We've added the slitway that I was talking about, and the Sapphire Ebonies have completed orders. We could just take another 1 million to Calica. But this just seems weird. Population is actually up to 1.01. If we took 1 million, we'd be over. I might just let that 10% growth rate just kick in. Just let them do their thing. Right. How's Hoyle doing? Reported population, it's not high enough yet. We'll start taking people there when we can. We will, however, work on geosurvey, because that is the next step. So we're going to pop over to hello, unit design, geosurvey. Assume it's medium only. It is. So medium with light, geosurvey, geosurvey, avoid combat. And we need a name for these. We called the last ones Arachne. What do I want? What's a geosurvey? You know what? Let's go with Thrace. The daughter of Oceanus and Parthenope and sister of Europa. Makes kind of sense. Uranus being, you know, of the world. And then sister of Europa. Well, we want to find more stuff like Europa. So let's go with Thrace. Thrace Geo Survey Unit. I mean, this is probably a drone, right? It's a medium vehicle. Yeah, let's call it a drone. It'll be a big drone. But people in the Discord and the interaction seem to be leaning towards the whole let's have like drones doing stuff and a bit more automation. So let's get this on board. Let's instant that out. And then formation template, we'll go for a new one. This is going to be a, what would they be called? They're not logistics, they're not engineering. They're probably just called Geological Survey. Geosurvey Company. Gusco. Be careful it doesn't get confused with Garrison Company. Gecko? Oh. I always do this. I'm like, no. It's Geological Survey Company. And then Gecko. Right. We want Ajax Command APC 1. Then we want a whole load of Thrace Geosurvey drones. Now, these are exactly the same time as the Arachne archaeological units, so we know what we're going for here. It's going to be 45. And then 21 troops, just in case. Not that they do anything. Okay. And that will generate 9 geopoints. Yeah, because you generate 0.2. And then there's 45 of them, so yeah, 9. Now, the way that works isn't the percentage chance that, say, the Xenoarchaeology Company uses. That would be too simple. It's the same as, like, your geological survey sensors. A geological survey sensor is 1 point. An improved one is 2. And basically, you have to survey them again, as you would from orbit. And it depends on the planet, but you need different thresholds. So basically, this is going to be, like, surveying 9 times quicker than if we put a ship in orbit at the beginning of the game. So it's going to be pretty quick. Anyway, we want to build 2 of those. So we're going to pop over here, go to our training, go forwards 5 seconds. Is there anything else we need to do? I want to say, build me 2 geckos on Earth, where we actually have the ability to do that. Great. The 6th company will be forever dead. We're going to go straight to 7th. We're not rebuilding the 6th. They're dead. We're going to leave them. Mourn for them. We're really getting Asteroid 57 like a go for its money. Like, it's already gone out of Corundium. Okay, did we just stabilize another jump point? We have! We've stabilized the point to Sleepy Zoe. We can now go and do stuff, but we need more freighters for that. I think it's time to start just building more freighters. Quite honestly, like, we need more. Let's get started on that. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't have drives, so they're not going to be building ahead of time now. They're just going to be building normally. And build an extra 1 as well. Okay. We've got oxygen on Io. We just need to up the temperature. So that'll be the same as we did before. And we know vaguely last time it was like going for 1.3. So we'll go for 1.3. Meanwhile, watching Europa, the hydrographic extent is up to 11. We just want that to hit 20 and we'll be good. And, ooh, on the moon. Getting close, although we might run out of water just before it happens. Ooh. We're at 16.69. If that gets to 20, this place should be just habitable. Look at that growth rate as well. It might be worth moving people from Earth to the moon just to have the growth rate. Even though temporarily it will hit us in production, the growth rate will probably be worth it. Yeah, because getting 10% of what we have... actually, no. Yeah, no, it will be worth it. Because we'll be getting 2%, right? On, say, 10 million here. Whereas if we move that 10 million to the moon and we get 10% on it, we'll be getting much more. Like, it's probably worth it. Maybe even doing the same to Mars, although I don't know how much we can get on Mars. Yeah, we're almost at max, so probably not worth it on that one. Sapphire Ebony. Earth. Load colonists. I mean, this is going to be painful in the short term, losing 10 million people. It will be worth it. Unload colonists. Repeat that 9 times. Because, like, each year, we're going to be making another million people at 10%. So, there we go. 10 million people being shipped off world. It'll be worth it. We're going to call this here. I believe... we have a quick look at Earth. We're not far away from having our very first set of military ships. Of course, we have to wait until we've also got the... Wow, the HUD is going to be built first? It's because they're just the huge sensors and stuff, and we did all that, didn't we? They're actually going to be built first because we have more modules ready for them. This is great. Although, this one is saying, hey, I'll be built in March. Okay. Did we have like an extra component built or something? It might be that we started building these when we didn't have enough components built. Whatever. But in May next year, we're going to have a relatively respectable little group of cruisers and destroyers. We might take them out to Davit for a poke. That said, we probably need a tanker to go with them, and we're waiting on our tanker tech. How are we doing with that? September. Okay, not long. Not long at all. And we can always, like, while we retool for the tanker, build some of the parts, maybe try and get that out. It's possible that we might even go for a military operation next year. That might be in the next episode. I want to see if we can go back to Davit and solve that issue. Now, it did appear that they maybe came from a planet, so if that is the case, they might have a base there, at which point we're going to need to wipe that out. But we're learning things. Now, I've been EnterElysium. Hopefully you enjoyed. Go check out the interaction in the Discord, and feel free to leave me comments and stuff down below. You probably know the spiel by now, so I won't bore you with it. Stay shiny and enjoy.